Look on these works, ye traveler, and wonder. Welcome to Mojo Travels, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 mysterious places to visit. Are you a fan of our videos? Be sure to subscribe to Mojo Travels and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the world's most exciting and enigmatic travel destinations. Number 10. Loch Ness, Scotland. What broods in the murky waters of Scotland's deepest loch? The origin of the loch's legend lies in a confrontation between Irish abbot St. Columba and a water beast in the 6th century. But modern interest was sparked by sightings and photographs in the 1930s. If you manage to glimpse the monster, you'll have done better than a lot of pretty high-tech expeditions. But in the meantime, you'll also be in the heart of the gorgeous Scottish Highlands. Wander through time in crumbling air-carved castle and the Loch Ness Centre and Exhibition, and knock back a pint or three at the rustic Shoreline Inn. It makes your eyes sharper for spotting Nessie. Number 9. Plain of Jars, Laos. Local legend has it that giants once roamed the town of Fonsevin and used these prehistoric jars to brew their booze. Apparently the party was so great they forgot to clean up. Archaeologists think the megalithic vessels were actually involved in Iron Age burial rites, but the details are lost to time. Stick to the safety of marked paths, because unexploded ordnance from US bombing in the Vietnam War is still being cleared from some areas. Visiting the plain is the perfect side trip between the backpacking mecca of Vang Vieng and soaking in the splendor of UNESCO World Heritage Site Luang Prabang. Number 8. Machu Picchu, Peru. For centuries, the magnificent lost city of the Incas remained hidden in the Andes, reclaimed by the jungle. Even today, over 100 years later, after its rediscovery, archaeologists can't say with certainty who built the citadel or why. It may have been constructed as an estate for the Inca Emperor Pachacuti, but was abandoned soon after in the chaos of the Spanish conquest. For the full experience, hike there with a guide on the Inca Trail, and ascend the dizzying heights of Huayna Picchu for a bird's-eye view. You can relax later in the thermal baths of Aguas Calientes below. Number 7. Petra, Jordan. Why build from scratch when you can carve a city out of the earth itself? The rose-red sandstone columns and friezes of Petra have withstood all challenges for over 2,000 years. Once upon a time, it was the capital of the Nabatean civilization, and home to some 20,000 inhabitants. It's the Nabateans themselves who are the real mystery, a once nomadic Bedouin tribe who left behind no literature, and whose original homeland is unknown. While in the area, visit ancient Kerak Castle, where Saladin battled the Crusaders, or camp out in the dunes and canyons of the ruggedly beautiful Wadi Rum. Number 6. Stonehenge, England. Stonehenge has baffled historians for centuries. Built between 2,000 and 3,000 years ago, with hundreds of burial mounds scattered around, the site has been thought to be the work of Merlin or the Devil, Romans or Druids. Its purpose remains cryptic. Was it a place of healing, a symbolic land of the dead, or an ancient astronomical observatory? How were the massive bluestones transported and raised? You'll still be pondering these puzzles afterward in the sleepy medieval streets of Salisbury, just down the road, or an hour northwest at the impressive Roman bathhouses of Bath. Number 5. Teotihuacan, Mexico. It was once the home of the gods, according to the Aztecs, but even in their time, Teotihuacan was a ruin almost 1,000 years old. We actually know little about the city's founders, who in 100 BC laid down the first stones of what would become a sprawling metropolis, laid out around gigantic stone pyramids. Residents worshipped the great goddess and feathered serpent, and may have practiced human sacrifice. Only an hour outside of Mexico City, Teotihuacan really is a must-see. Marvel at the sheer scale of the site from the Avenue of the Dead, and clamber up the temples of the Sun and Moon for the best views. Number 4. Easter Island, Chile. Gigantic stone statues stand guard over Easter Island's coastline, their expressions as inscrutable as their origins. Like half-buried giants, the figures are all heads and torsos, with long faces and teensy tiny arms. Were they ancestors? Chiefs? How were they transported? And what caused the initial decline of the Rapa Nui civilization that produced them? Was it ecocide, or did it begin with the arrival of European diseases and the slave trade? Ponder these questions at the base of the mighty Moai in Rapa Nui National Park. Visitors can unwind on the Anakena Beach and get closer to Rapa Nui culture in the evenings with traditional dance and music. Number 3. The Nazca Lines, Peru. Why carve out elaborate symbols that can be best seen from the air? Mull over this unsolved mystery, and marvel at the intricate geoglyphs on a plane ride over the Nazca Desert. Dug out between 500 BC and 500 CE, the lines depict animals, complex geometric designs, and curiously designed humanoids. Researchers have interpreted them as deities, astronomical maps, or even gigantic looms. On the way down from Lima, stop by the idyllic desert oasis Huacachina, before continuing on to either Cusco or the white stone splendor of Arequipa. Number 2. Mausoleum of the First Qin Emperor and the Terracotta Army, China. Buried deep and ostensibly surrounded by rivers of mercury, the tomb of China's first emperor remains shrouded in mystery. Perhaps one day, archaeological techniques will advance far enough to safely penetrate the interior, but in the meantime, you can still gaze in awe at some of the vast army of terracotta warriors that guard the tomb. The realism and diversity of the figures has led to speculation that each was based on a real person, although the sculptors may have drawn from sets of diverse molds. Visitors can complete their trip through time with the Yang Mausoleum of Han in Xi'an and a walk along the ancient city walls. Number 1. Pyramids of Giza, Egypt. 4,500 years. The pyramids of Giza have towered over the sands and floodplains west of the Nile. The Great Pyramid of Khufu is the last surviving wonder of the ancient world, its bare-bones exterior now stripped of polished limestone, but no less striking or grandiose. Archaeologists continue to debate how the ancients constructed such monumental tombs. The pyramids and equally enigmatic Sphinx are obviously the main draws, but visitors would be remiss to skip Cairo's bustling marketplaces or atmospheric shisha cafes. For the perfect end to a long day, jump on a felucca and watch the sun sink down into the desert. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Mojo Travels, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.